I was asked a few times to do the 50 random facts tag because I haven't done one before on YouTube. I've done one on my blog, which is 100 random facts, but I thought I'd change it up a little bit and do different facts for my video because otherwise it'd be a bit boring, and I'll link my 100 facts down below. I have never been to a festival. I want to go to a festival, but I just haven't had the money to go, or I haven't liked the acts that are going or things. My favourite scent is lavender, specifically lavender that's like mixed with other things, so like the Yankee lemon and lavender candle is my favourite thing in the world. I've watched Sex and the City that many times that I know 90% of the words, which is quite embarrassing. When I worked at Legoland a few years ago, I served Vernon Kay and Tess Daly a burger. Yep, I worked in the Legoland version of McDonald's, but it's all alright. And I got a disciplinary because I had my mobile phone on me and I took it out to take a picture of John Terry and I got caught. I actually like spending time on my own. I'm quite happy to just sit in my room on my own and just blog or something. My car is called George Eugene Egbert. It's always been called George since before I even got the car when I was 17, and because of the number plate I called it Eugene Egbert. I didn't wear makeup until the age of 14. I didn't even really wear that much makeup at 14. I only really started to wear makeup when I started YouTube at about 16, 17 years old. And I didn't dye my hair until I was 17, and I've dyed it 100 million times since then. I watch Hollyoaks every single day, most of the time. Sometimes I forget or I'm just elsewhere, but most of the time I watch it every night twice. So I watch the Channel 4 and the E4 version every single day, so I see every episode twice. My favourite dessert is rice pudding. I am bored sick by nightclubs. I would much rather go to a pub or a bar because you can actually have a conversation. I cannot say vegetable. I have tried 100 times, so has my boyfriend, to make me say it, but I cannot say vegetable. As I mentioned before, my first YouTube channel was when I was about 17, 16 years old. I have been with my boyfriend for nearly 3 years and it's my longest relationship. I favour flat shoes to heels because I would rather be comfortable and wear shoes that I like than struggle to wear heels. I did fashion at college and I'm going on to do fashion at uni, specifically fashion design, but who knows where I'll end up. I am currently staying with my grandparents for the summer, so that's quite exciting because I've never stayed here for that long before. The longest I have been here is about 6 weeks, so I am a massive hoarder. Like, I am the worst person at getting rid of things. Even if I know I'm never going to use something or never wear something, I will keep it because I know that one day I might decide to wear it, so I have to keep hold of it. I sucked my thumb and had a blanket until I was 9 years old because I felt that was my comfort, and the only reason I stopped was because my dad confiscated my blanket when I was 9 in an argument and told me he'd binned it, never gave it back, and I found out about 2 years ago that he actually kept it for 3 years. I just never asked for it back, so I never got it. I read Cosmo every single month, which is why I'm happy about my Cosmo Blog Awards nomination under Best Established Fashion Blog. So if you haven't seen my fashion blog before, you can check that out in one of the links on my page. I believe in ghosts and guardian angels. I've not specifically seen one for myself, but I believe they're there, and I believe there's spirits all around us and that we have guardian angels to help us with our choices in life. And like my boyfriend's mum said to me before, when we have like voices in our heads that like tell us to do something, like our gut instinct, I believe that's an angel help. I hate hypocrites. Like, hypocrites is my biggest pet hate. I hate when someone says something and then they go and do it themselves. Like if they turn around and say, oh, I think that red lips is really ugly, and then they go around wearing red lips, and it's a bit like, if you thought they were that ugly you wouldn't be wearing them. I cannot save money at all. I'm the worst person for saving money. Even if I knew that I needed £1,000 to stop myself from dying, I would probably still spend it on something. I don't eat any red meat. I haven't done since the end of 2012. I just don't really like the texture of it or the taste of it or the fact that it's an animal. Like chicken and turkey I will eat, and fish I will eat, but just not red meat. If I buy something, whether it's makeup, perfume, clothes, food, if it's in a pink wrapper or it is pink, I will always favour it because I just favour everything that's pink. I read every single night before I go to bed on my Kindle, and at the moment I'm reading Revenge Wears Prada, which is a really good book and I'd recommend it to anyone who liked Devil Wears Prada. I'm quite a confident person and I am quite an extrovert, which can come across wrong at first and you could take it as arrogance, but it's not. It's just where I'm so in your face in general. I drink cranberry juice like it's going out of fashion. It is my favourite drink in the world and I would live on it if I had to. When I was 10, me and my friend made a wedding book each, and I was getting engaged to Orlando Bloom in this book, and I cut wedding pictures out of magazines and wedding rings out of the Argos catalogue, and I planned every detail of my wedding to Orlando. I believe in the phrase, I'd rather be hated for who I am than loved for who I'm not, because I think that no matter what, you should always be yourself and not change just so someone likes you. My favourite type of film is a rom-com. I absolutely love romantic comedies. I think they are the best films in the world. I am forever making lists. I make lists about everything, but I always forget to stick to them, so I'm not really that organised. Like, I'm organised in the sense that I'm organised, but I can't stick to things. When the London bombing happened on the 7th of July a few years ago, I was actually in London on a school trip. We were going to the Tower of London for the day. We heard bombs go off. We joked on the bus on the way there about how, oh, it's bombs, and we just thought, oh, it's probably some like building site dropping something or whatever. And then one of the boys called Matt, who was on the bus. His dad rang and said, are we all okay? Told him that there was bombs going off. We all panicked. Everyone was trying to ring their parents. I let everyone text their parents off my phone because they were actually sending, and then we realised that about 7 o'clock that night when we were all home, they didn't send. So that was quite an eventful day. We actually drove past quite close, but not too close, to the actual bus that had been blown up, which was quite. My hair changes colour quite a lot, if you hadn't already realised, but I'm currently trying to grow it out. I love salad cream with everything. Salad cream is my favourite dressing or sauce ever. It beats ketchup, it beats brown sauce, everything. Salad cream is my love. I am not one to follow the crowd. Despite the fact some of what I wear or whatever is what other people perceive as being following the crowd, I like fashion style. I do follow some trends, but I don't follow the crowd typically. I have been to Disneyland twice in my life. One time when I was about 7 or 8, purely to go around Disneyland and actually do all the rides and stuff, and the second time when I was about 13, we did a couple of the theme parks, and we went to there was like an Arabian Nights thing. We went to a football game for Orlando Predators and a few other things like shopping and that was more grown-up version of what you should do when you go to America. You will never ever ever get me to watch a horror film. I have seen 2 in my life. Both of them were with the same friend, and she didn't know I was petrified of horror films. I never told her, but I've never watched one since. I have 5 piercings and 1 tattoo. I blog at least once a day, whether it's editing or commenting or filming a video or editing a video or writing a post, anything. I'm blogging or videoing at least once a day. The first pet I ever owned was with my little brother. We found an ant in the garden and we kept it in a Kinder Surprise egg. We put a little bit of soil in there, some water and some grass that we'd ripped out the garden, and we called it Lucky. Then my dad found out we had the ant in the Kinder egg and he put it outside, and me and my brother sat in his bedroom and made a song about Lucky the ant, and we were deadly serious and crying because our pet ant had been put outside. My favourite band at the moment is Bastille. I absolutely love their songs, especially Laura Palmer and Bad Blood. I've never smoked, I've never done drugs, and I never plan on doing it. I have 2 sisters, 1 brother, 2 stepsisters and 2 stepbrothers. It is my absolute weakness. If you want me to do anything for you, just offer me chocolate and I will 100% say yes. Actually, not 100%. I used to wear hair extensions 90% of the time, but I now don't because I'm trying to get my hair to grow, as I mentioned in a previous thing. I have a syndrome that I can't remember the name of, which means my ears are permanently ringing. It's not always loud, but it means I'm never going to experience true silence. You will never find out my middle name. I'm quite funny about my middle name. I don't really like telling people, so you'll probably never know it. My favourite Disney princess is Sleeping Beauty.